Sketchbook project Tone. Please ensure that you have your concertina sketchbook. You will also need a pencil and a rubber for this lesson. Recap. What are the formal elements? Questions to consider. What is tone and how do we create it? And why do we use it? What difference has tonal shading made to these pictures? Compare the two. What kind of mark making has been used? What are highlights and shadows? You will notice that the image on the right appears more 3D. This means three-dimensional. Tone gives the illusion of light falling onto an object, creating highlights and shadows. Highlights are the lightest points and shadows are the darkest points. On the image on the left, where there is just more of a basic outline, it appears more flat and two-dimensional. So in short, artists apply tone to make things look more three-dimensional and realistic. At this point, you might choose to watch the second video available on the website, which is called What is Tone? Once you've watched this demo video, move on to this task here. Task 1. Create a small tonal scale from light to dark in your book. Use pencil, experiment with pressure to create different tones. There's no wrong or right way of doing a tonal scale. I generally suggest that it has at least 5 or 6 different sections. You can either draw out the boxes or you can just draw them as patches of tone. You will also notice that you can either just do it with normal shading, or if you look at the hot challenge here, you could create a tonal scale using different mark making techniques in each box, like the examples provided. When you're ready, move on to task 2. You will need to choose a still life object. Spend 30 seconds looking before you start to draw. Then keep looking as you draw. Artists always spend more time looking at the object than they do actually drawing. Generally, you will find that if you spend more time with your head down looking at your paper, your drawing is more likely to become inaccurate as you start drawing what's in your head rather than what you can actually see in front of you. Draw the outline lightly, add in areas of tone. Use your tonal scale to help you. So refer back to it to remind you of the full range of tone that you can create just with one pencil. Leave the paper bare or use a rubber to add highlights, so the lightest points. Do not smudge with fingers. Control the pressure of the pencil instead. If there is time, try to add the shadow if there is one. Hot challenge. Draw the object making interesting marks to show tone, such as scumbling or stippling, which you can see on the right here. Hot challenge. Draw the object making interesting marks to show tone, scumbling or stippling. There is a broad range of different marks on display here for you to choose from. Keywords recap: tone, tonal scale, formal elements, highlight, shadow, scumbling, stippling, mark making.